In 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers made one of the most important archaeological discoveries in history, near the small island of Antikythera in the Mediterranean Sea. At first, the discovery looked like a typical ancient shipwreck. The divers found bronze statues, marble sculptures, coins, pottery, jewelry, and other valuable cargo scattered across the ocean floor. The ship itself was believed to have sunk sometime around the 1st century BCE while transporting luxury goods from the Greek to Rome. But among the treasures was a strange object that looked almost worthless. It appeared to be nothing more than a heavily corroded lump of bronze and wood. For a while, nobody paid much attention to it. However, after researchers examined the object more closely, they noticed something unusual hidden inside the corrosion: a series of carefully crafted bronze gears. That discovery shocked historians and scientists. The object would later become known as the antikytheramechanism, and today it is widely considered one of the most advanced technological devices ever discovered from the ancient period. The Antikythera shipwreck was found accidentally during a diving expedition. The sponge divers had taken shelter near the island because of bad weather, and while exploring underwater, they encountered the remains of the ancient vessel. The wreck was located at a depth of around 45 meters, making recovery extremely dangerous at the time. Several divers suffered injuries during the operation, and one diver reportedly died from complications related to deep-sea diving. Despite the risks, archaeologists managed to recover a large number of artifacts from the site between 1900 and 1901. Most of the items attracted immediate attention because of their artistic and historical value, but the strange, corroded device did not. At first glance, it simply looked broken and unimportant. But after the object cracked open during storage, researchers saw a set of gears inside unlike anything previously discovered from ancient Greece. The gears were incredibly precise. They were clearly designed for a mechanical purpose, not decoration. This raised an important question. How could people living over 2,000 years ago create such a sophisticated machine? At the time, historians believed that advanced geared mechanisms like this did not appear until at least 1,000 years later. After decades of study, researchers concluded that the antikytheramechanism was essentially an ancient mechanical calculator designed to track astronomical events. The device used a complex system of interlocking bronze gears to model the movements of celestial bodies. By turning a handle on the side, the user could calculate the positions of the sun and moon on specific dates. The mechanism could also predict eclipses and track important astronomical cycles used by ancient Greek astronomers. In modern terms, many researchers describe it as an early analog computer. Unlike digital computers today, which use electronic signals and binary code, the antikytheramechanism machine relied entirely on mechanical movement. Its gears performed mathematical calculations physically rather than electronically. Even by modern standards, the design was remarkably advanced. The mechanism originally contained more than 30 bronze gears arranged with incredible precision. Some gears were connected in ways that allowed the machine to model the irregular movement of the moon, something that required highly sophisticated mathematical understanding. The front and back of the device also contained engraved scales and inscriptions that explained its functions. Researchers believe the mechanism was likely housed inside a wooden case roughly the size of a shoebox. The existence of the antikytheramechanism demonstrates how advanced Greek astronomy and mathematics had become by the 2nd century BCE. Ancient Greek scholars spent centuries studying the movements of celestial objects. Astronomers carefully observed the cycles of the sun, moon, and visible planets, recording patterns over long periods of time. The mechanism appears to incorporate several known astronomical cycles, including the Metonic cycle, which tracks the relationship between lunar months and solar years over a 19-year period. It also includes calculations related to eclipse prediction cycles. Some researchers believe the device may even have tracked the movements of planets known to the ancient Greeks, although this remains debated. The mathematical knowledge required to design such a machine was extremely advanced. Creating accurate gear ratios for astronomical calculations would have required both theoretical understanding and highly skilled engineering. This is one reason why the mechanism continues to fascinate scientists today. It proves that ancient engineers possessed abilities far beyond what many historians once assumed. Although the exact creator of the antikytheramechanism remains unknown, historians believe it was likely connected to the scientific traditions of the Hellenistic Greek period. Some experts have suggested a possible connection to Archimedes, the famous Greek inventor and engineer known for his work on mathematics and mechanical devices. Ancient historical texts describe complex astronomical machines associated with Archimedes. although no surviving examples exist. Other researchers believe the mechanism may have been influenced by the work of Hipparchus, one of the most important astronomers of the ancient period. Hipparchus made highly accurate observations of the moon and developed mathematical models for celestial motion that appear similar to calculations found within the mechanism. However, because no direct records survive, the true inventor remains uncertain. That uncertainty is part of what makes the device so remarkable. It represents a level of technological sophistication that seems far ahead of its time. The importance of the antikytheramechanism goes far beyond the device itself. Its discovery forced historians to reconsider what ancient civilizations were capable of achieving technologically. Before the mechanism was studied, many scholars believed that ancient mechanical engineering was relatively limited compared to later periods in history. The antikytheramechanism proved otherwise. It showed that ancient Greek engineers could produce highly complex machines using advanced mathematical principles and precise craftsmanship. The discovery also revealed an important reality about history. Technological progress is not always continuous. Knowledge can be lost, civilizations collapse, libraries are destroyed, and scientific traditions disappear over time. Antikytheramechanism may represent a technological tradition that vanished completely after the decline of the ancient Greek and Roman. In fact, historians note that mechanical devices of similar complexity did not reappear in Europe for many centuries. That gap remains one of the most surprising aspects of the discovery. For decades, researchers struggled to understand the mechanism because the surviving fragments were badly damaged after centuries underwater. Many gears were broken or missing entirely. Everything changed when scientists began using modern imaging technologies such as X-ray scanning and 3D reconstruction. These techniques allowed researchers to examine the internal structure of the fragments without damaging them further. The scans revealed hidden inscriptions, gear arrangements, and previously unknown mechanical details. Researchers eventually discovered that the mechanism was far more complicated than anyone initially believed. The device included multiple dials, pointers, and interconnected gear systems designed to perform several astronomical calculations simultaneously. Modern reconstructions have shown that the mechanism was not a simple calendar. It was a carefully engineered scientific instrument capable of modeling celestial cycles with impressive accuracy. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the antikytheramechanism is whether it was unique or part of a larger technological tradition. Most historians believe it is unlikely that such a complex device appeared suddenly without earlier development. Complex engineering usually evolves gradually over time. This suggests that other similar devices may once have existed. However, no additional mechanisms of comparable sophistication have been discovered so far. This raises difficult questions. Were these devices extremely rare and reserved only for wealthy elites or scholars? Were most of them destroyed over time? Or are more examples still waiting to be discovered beneath the sea or buried in ancient ruins? At present, nobody knows for certain. Today, the antikytheramechanism is considered one of the most important archaeological discoveries ever made. It changed how historians view the ancient world and demonstrated that people living over 2,000 years ago possessed extraordinary scientific and engineering abilities. The device also serves as a reminder that history is often more complex than we assume. Ancient civilizations were not simply primitive societies slowly progressing toward modern technology. In many cases, they developed sophisticated ideas and inventions that were later lost or forgotten. The antikytheramechanism stands as evidence of human curiosity, creativity, and intellectual achievement. Even after decades of research, scientists continue studying the surviving fragments in hopes of learning more about how the mechanism worked and who created it. New discoveries are still being made today, and despite everything researchers have uncovered, the device continues to hold mysteries that may never be fully solved. The antikytheramechanism remains one of the most fascinating artifacts from the ancient world. Discovered in a shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera, the device revealed a level of scientific and mechanical sophistication that historians once thought impossible for its time. Its system of gears, astronomical calculations, and predictive functions earned it a reputation as the world's first known analog computer. More importantly, it changed our understanding of ancient technology and reminded us that human innovation did not begin in the modern era. More than 2,000 years ago, ancient engineers created a machine capable of modeling the movements of the heavens with remarkable precision. That achievement alone makes the antikytheramechanism one of the greatest technological discoveries in human history.